Welcome back, Days of Our Lives fans. If you thought things were cooling down in Salem, think again. Over the next 2 weeks, from April 14th through April 25th, things are about to spiral fast. We've got betrayals, blow-ups, steamy reunions, and a mystery unraveling in the most unexpected of places, Gabi's bedroom. Let's dive into what's coming. Chaos is once again bubbling beneath the polished floors of the Kuriaki's mansion, and at the center of it all? Vivian Alamain, in full manipulative glory. She's not just back, she's scheming with precision, pushing every button she can find. Both Maggie and Xander are done. They've had enough of her veiled threats, her sharp tongue, and her endless interference. And they want her out, now. But Vivian isn't the kind of woman who goes quietly. She doesn't leave, she strategizes. And this time, she's holding something big. With Philip Kuriakis in her crosshairs, Vivian sees an opportunity. She starts pressuring him, demanding he bend to her will, perhaps over Titan, perhaps over family control. But when Philip refuses, Vivian doesn't blink. She fires back with a truth bomb that threatens to upend everything, the letter that gave Xander ownership of half of Titan. It's a forgery, and she's the one who forged it. Just like that, the carefully reconstructed alliance between Philip and Xander begins to crack. But Vivian isn't finished. She knows exactly what kind of chaos this truth will cause, and she wants to watch it burn. While she sets the Kuriakis men at war, Sarah Kuriakis is quietly holding her own piece of this mess. Unaware that Vivian is already unraveling the lie, Sarah is sitting on a secret. She knows something about the forgery, or at the very least, had suspicions. She thought she could protect Xander by staying silent. But silence won't save anyone now. Because once Vivian sets the truth loose, all the dominoes start to fall, and Xander is about to erupt. For Xander Kuriakis, betrayal is personal. And when he finds out the letter that secured his Titan legacy was nothing but a forged fabrication, it's game over. His first target is obvious, Philip. Expect a confrontation that doesn't hold back. Words will fly. Accusations will cut deep. Years of resentment, of rivalry, buried tension, and unspoken jealousy will all explode in one brutal encounter. But the real sting? Sarah. Xander will start putting the pieces together, realizing that the woman he trusts more than anyone may have known about the forgery and said nothing. At first, Sarah might try to deflect. She'll be shocked, outraged. She may even point fingers back at Vivian and act as if she's just another victim in the scheme. But guilt has a way of showing up in all the wrong moments, and Xander knows how to read it. Their relationship, once poised for a romantic getaway, is now standing on a fault line. The very trip that was meant to celebrate their future could become the backdrop of its collapse. As pressure mounts and Sarah's conscience eats away at her, the question becomes: will she confess before the truth destroys them both? Or will Xander discover her betrayal on his own, and walk away before she has the chance to explain? What started as Vivian's ploy to reclaim power could become the spark that ignites a full-blown Kuriakis implosion. And Xander? He's not the kind of man who forgives quietly. Sammy Brady is back, and she's not holding back a thing. From the moment she steps into the scene, she's a storm waiting to hit, and her target this time is none other than Leo Stark. It's not just a casual jab, it's a full-on verbal takedown. Sammy unloads on Leo about his past, his lies, his schemes, his manipulation, and most of all, the pain he caused Will Horton and Sonny Kuriakis. She brings receipts, she brings fire, and she makes it crystal clear: Leo doesn't get to rewrite his legacy. Not in her town. But just as she's gaining momentum, someone steps in from the shadows: Javi Hernandez. In a move no one saw coming, Javi throws himself between Leo and Sammy. He's passionate, protective, and maybe a little reckless. He tells Sammy that people can change, that Leo has been trying, that he deserves a chance. But Sammy's response is ice cold. You think Leo's changed? You're going to learn the hard way just how wrong you are. She doesn't just brush off Javi's defense, she warns him. Tells him that getting close to Leo is going to cost him something real. That heartbreak is waiting, and it's coming fast, and it turns out, Sammy might be right. Because later, Javi returns home and finds something shocking in his own bedroom. The spoilers are keeping the details tight, but whatever it is, it rocks him. It could tie back to Leo, or maybe someone else pulling strings in Salem's twisted web of secrets. Either way, it's clear, Javi's trust may be misplaced, and he's about to pay for it. As if Javi's world isn't spinning enough, he's about to walk in on a moment that will crush him. While he's defending Leo and questioning Sammy's warnings, Sammy and Rafe are dealing with their own complicated storm, one that's been brewing for years. After an emotional night and lingering tension over Jada's recent choices, Rafe finds himself opening up to Sammy. One thing leads to another, old feelings resurface, old wounds still unhealed, and suddenly, they're not just talking. They're kissing, then touching, then in bed, rekindling a fire they never fully put out. But the timing? Couldn't be worse. Because just as they wrap themselves in bedsheets and unfinished business, Javi walks in. The sight hits like a punch to the chest. Not just because his father is sleeping with Sammy, but because Javi is still in love with Jada. And seeing Sammy and Rafe like this? It's a painful reminder that love is messy, and no one in Salem is immune to heartbreak. He doesn't scream. He doesn't make a scene. He just stands there, devastated, the weight of betrayal and confusion crashing down on him. What happens next? That's the question. Will Javi confront them? Will he run? Will this push him further into Leo's arms, or straight toward disaster? Either way, one thing is certain, the fallout is coming. And no one is walking away unscathed. It's the kind of confrontation that Days of Our Lives does best, raw, emotional, and built on equal parts love and suspicion. J.J. Devereaux has made up his mind. He believes Gabi Hernandez was involved in the shooting of E.J. Demera. He remembers her showing up armed. He remembers the tension. And now that E.J.'s in recovery but still silent, J.J. wants answers, and he wants them from Gabi. What follows is explosive. Gabi defends herself. Passionately. She swears she didn't pull the trigger. That yes, she was angry. Yes, she was at the Demera mansion. But no, she didn't shoot EJ. JJ doesn't buy it. And that's the final straw. Their fight turns brutal. Not just a breakup, but a total emotional breakdown. Words are said that can't be unsaid. Accusations fly. Hearts are broken. And by the end of it, their relationship looks done. Completely destroyed. But in the days that follow, something shifts. JJ begins to doubt himself. The guilt creeps in. He replays the confrontation over and over. He remembers Gabi's face, how hurt she looked, how real her denial felt. And suddenly, JJ starts to wonder, what if I got it all wrong? What if Gabi was telling the truth, and he just shattered something good, something rare, because he let fear get in the way? Now, JJ wants to make it right. But will Gabi be willing to hear him out? Or is the damage already too deep? And just as JJ is preparing to fix what he broke, Vivian enters the picture. If Gabi thought JJ's betrayal was the worst of it, she's in for another gut punch, because Vivian Alamain is coming straight for her. These two have always been enemies. But this time, it's personal. Vivian's already left a trail of chaos with the Kuriaki's men, but now she's got a new target. Maybe she sees Gabi as a threat. Maybe she's just bored and cruel. Or maybe, as always, she's got a plan that no one sees coming. Either way, when Gabi and Vivian come face to face, it's not going to be a polite conversation. It's going to be war. Gabi, already emotionally wrecked from JJ's accusations, isn't backing down. She's furious, cornered, and ready to strike. And Vivian? She thrives in confrontation. She'll taunt. She'll provoke. She'll dig up old wounds and twist the knife just to watch Gabi bleed. And here's the twist, this isn't just a fight about the past. Spoilers suggest that Vivian may have a new secret, one that could pull Gabi even deeper into the EJ shooting mystery, or uncover a new player in the game entirely. This encounter could be the moment everything turns. Because when two fierce women like Vivian and Gabi collide, nothing stays buried, and no one walks away unscathed. While chaos erupts in Salem, across the world in cold, grey Estonia, Steve Johnson and Marlena Evans are fighting a very different kind of battle. A battle against silence, secrets, and the ticking clock of a disappearing trail. They're here for one reason, to find John Black. But standing in their way is the one man who seems to enjoy their suffering more than anyone, Orpheus. The interrogation is going nowhere. Orpheus is stone-faced, smug, defiant. He won't talk, won't crack, and as far as Steve can tell, they've hit a dead end. Steve is done. He's frustrated, out of patience, and ready to walk away. Every lead has dried up. Every door slammed shut. But Marlena? She won't move. She's not ready to give up on John. She can feel it, he's still out there. He's alive, and she knows in her heart that if they leave now, they may never get another chance. The tension between them builds. Marlena pleads. Steve reasons. They're on opposite ends, logic versus instinct. Facts versus faith. But maybe what they need is something else entirely, a new strategy. Spoilers suggest that a change in approach could be their only shot. Whether it's blackmail, bluffing, or digging into Orpheus's weak spots, something has to give. Because time is running out. And if they don't make their move soon, John's trail could vanish forever. From April 21st to 25, Salem is a pressure cooker, and the heat is rising fast. Here's what you should keep your eyes on. Javi's heartbreak is far from over. After walking in on Rafe and Sammy's passionate reunion, he's crushed. But will he stay silent? Or will he confront the people who broke his heart, and make a move that surprises everyone? JJ wants to fix things with Gabi, but it won't be easy. His guilt is real, but Gabi's trust? That's a harder thing to win back. And with Vivian in the mix, stirring the pot, any chance of reconciliation may come with serious complications. Sarah and Xander's romantic escape is hanging by a thread. They planned a dreamy getaway, but the truth about the forged Titan letter, and Sarah's part in hiding it, could turn their trip into a full-blown disaster. And finally, Vivian Alamain. Just when you think she's run out of tricks, she digs deeper. She's caused chaos with the Kuriaki's men, torched her relationship with Gabi, and now, she's preparing her next move. And it might be her most destructive yet. Because in Days of Our Lives, secrets don't stay buried. They explode. And every reunion, every betrayal, every whispered lie, is just the beginning. Is Leo really a changed man, or is Javi walking into danger? Will Xander destroy what's left of his family ties over a forged letter? Can Sammy ever stop setting fire to everything around her? Tell us your predictions in the comments. Who's going to betray who next? Who's telling the truth, and who's buying time? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, so you never miss a twist, a secret, or a sudden bed scandal from Days of Our Lives. Because in Salem, every secret spreads, every lie explodes, and every love comes with a warning label.